And here we are, guys, on the map Metropolis, and on the left side of it, in the yellow from the team mouz, it is HasuObs. And at the right side, in the purple from Team Liquid.net, very talented North American Zerg player, it is none other than Liquid Sheth. I've got a feeling a lot of players are going to have a lot of fans, rather, are going to be rooting for both teams.
Yeah.
Pretty big fan bases for both of these guys.
Yeah, I saw the poll on our on the thread was a little bit more in favor of Liquid, and I think that has a lot to do with Thorzane. But you know, I actually think this is a pretty good first matchup for mouz. I think HasuObs is pretty happy with his PvZ currently.
Yeah, he is a great PvZ player, and he's also just kind of a great all-around player, which makes him a really good choice to send out early on.
Yeah, they usually start him, from what I've observed in their history.
Well, you just need someone that's able to get out there and play against any race and be confident against any race and any matchup, too. And I think Sheth definitely fits that bill as well.
Yeah, it's kind of odd because before they had Zenio, they used to have Sheth be like their second or third player that they would send out, but now it seems like it's been Zenio and Sheth that have been their starters since they added Tasia and Zenio to the lineup.
Well, they are very Zerg heavy as well, so it makes sense that they would just take one of their solid all-around Zergs and use them as a first player in this matchup. Looks like HasuObs will scout his opponent fairly quickly. No scout just yet for Sheth, but you don't see a lot of drones scouting this early in the matchup, especially because he's only got kind of two places to choose from. He wants to get this hatchery down first and foremost. That's his primary concern, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and try it right now. Went for that 14 pool, trying to go for 15 hatch, but or actually a little bit later hatchery. In fact, he's going to go ahead and make the Overlord. Oh, he had a chance to actually put it down.
Done it, but he missed his chance.
Yeah, he could have afforded it like right about now.
Yeah, and I
think it would have been close.
HasuObs was just trying to see, can I go Nexus first or not, basically. But he saw the spawning pool, so it's going to be Forge first. Yep. But he's actually going to come out a little bit ahead because, oh, wow, looks like Sheth's going to try and put down the hatchery at the third.
He's going to get there, too.
Yeah, that's kind of sloppy by HasuObs. He really wasn't paying attention to that.
Yeah, man, as soon as you make that pylon as a Protoss player, you want to send your probe immediately to the third base. But look at this. I think he's going to put down a cannon. Try to scare Sheth a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think the hatchery saw the probe either. So
I don't think so.
No, yeah, so that's a potential danger because the Forge is already done. He could pretty easily get a cannon on the third.
Nexus has been started as well by HasuObs, but yeah, this is going to be a bit of a concern. Ooh, the hatchery sees the probe this time around, and will he react? Oh, no, he doesn't see it. This could be a bit of a problem for Sheth. You always need to scout to this, man. I cannot tell you how many times I have died to this exact thing. Well, not died, but just been really, really behind. You know, you feel like you've lost the game when this happens already.
He's going to scout it now, but it's too late and really doesn't view the second cannon. Now, HasuObs has to be careful because he hasn't walled off, and, oh, man, I'm curious now, is Sheth going to attack the cannon? Okay, Sheth's going for the cannons. He cancels the hatchery. I think Sheth's just going to go all in here.
He could potentially, but he knows he's going to have his opponent in actually a really good spot right now, killing the pylon that's powering this forge. He doesn't really need to worry about this area that much. He just needs to kill this and throw down his natural. I mean, it's not like HasuObs is going to be able to really use this Nexus for a while. He's going to certainly lose some probes. Sheth barely squeezing those Zerglings out there. That was a bit of a close one.
Yeah, look how much mining time HasuObs. Is that all of his probes? I think
that is most of his probes.
Yeah, all but 5 probes pulled off for a good 10 seconds, and they're still off. Like, now, at this point, now Sheth's got his hatchery going down. He's way, way, way ahead no matter what happens in the rest of this engagement. Yeah,
no kidding. I mean, so yeah, he did have to cancel this, certainly. He will need to deal with this at some point, but he's got his hatchery going down, and as you can see, it's really going to be pretty good. Oh, the probes causing that cancel on that cannon, but...
he's going to lose a lot of probes right now. That's 8 Zerglings against about 12 probes. Oh, and they're bottlenecking too.
That's a good engagement.
Taking a ton of losses. How many probes has he lost so far?
He has lost 9 probes already, 10 probes already, 11 probes already. Sheth.
Wow, that's really sloppy play by HasuObs.
Really, kidding.
He didn't even start a gateway till now. There was no wall, and he did a good job of denying Sheth's third. But now, Sheth started a third at his 4th place. HasuObs is down to 10 probes. Sheth can just drone up to 80 and win the game building anything at this point because there is no pressure coming for at least another like 5 minutes from HasuObs.
Yeah, this base is going to be perfectly safe unless HasuObs decides to scout it and cannon it as well. I mean, Sheth just in a great spot right now. The probe gets seen by the Zerglings. Oh, will the Zerglings actually potentially lead the probe to that base? No, it doesn't look like HasuObs noticed it. Queen's going to be able to deny any more scouting. And yeah, Sheth just in a fantastic spot right now. The big thing that he needs to worry about is he needs to be very diligent with his scouting, like this Overlord right here, because he needs to be able to see if there's any sort of all-in coming. Obviously, HasuObs is going to be so tempted to just all-in at this point, rather than try to just play a straight-up game, even though he can Chrono Boost probes out of both Nexuses.
Yeah, what he's going to have to do, he's going to have to just sit there and Chronos. He's not even going to be able to get gas. So, oh, okay, so that's smart. So the only thing he really can do, because he can't get gas, because he's so far behind at this point.
He's that.
Yeah, when it gets seen easily. He has to try to do something, because if he goes for gas here, he'll just end up so far behind in economy. He's going to have to probe up to at least like 22, 23-ish, which he is now, and then he can finally decide to get his gas, which he's doing now, double assimilator.
Yep, that's right. You know your Protoss stuff.
Yeah.
You're a pretty good Protoss player.
Used to be. But Sheth at this point, he's teching a lair. I'm kind of curious if he's, he could decide just, I'm going to go mutas and win the game, or he could, play a little safer and try to go roaches. Either one would work. He's more suited to roach style in general.
It's kind of odd that he's going to lair just off of one gas, but I think it is indicative of him probably going to go mutas, because what you can do in this case is put down your Spire right when your lair finishes. If you can see the gases timing out with that.
6 gases.
Yeah, exactly. Then put down all your gases, have plenty of gas, enough to get like 10 mutas or so once the Spire finishes. And yep, that's exactly what we're seeing from Sheth. Is he going to go ahead and get his 5th and 6th?
Yep,
you really
there's
only
the Spire.
need. Yeah, there's a Spire as well. So yep, this makes sense. I mean, if you can just make enough mutas to win the game, you're going to be fine. And this is definitely a situation
if he keeps HasuObs below 40 probes, there's no way that HasuObs is going to be able to come back in this game, because what Sheth's at 60 already, and HasuObs is going to have to get 50 in order to do any damage, or he'll never have the economy to outlast. Because Sheth is going to go up to his 4th base, right after the mutas pop up, and then once that's happened, you just get overwhelmed by Mutalist. There's really nothing you can do at that point. The whole Protoss strategy of dealing with mutas is to keep the muted numbers down, and he has no units with which to do that. He's just putting out his first units now, which are just sentries.
This is smart, though, by Sheth. I mean, he's getting his Roach Warren as well, just in case. He knows that he still has the possibility of being, under some sort of gateway pressure. There is +1 coming on the way for HasuObs, so Sheth, just purely a safety move, putting down this Roach Warren. He's probably never going to even use it this game, but it's good that he has it.
Yeah,
just
that's
in case.
Very, very safe play. Ling speed, Ling upgrades, Roach, Spire, he's got all his basic pay. He's going to take down the cannon now so he can put down his 4th.
Yeah.
Now, what is HasuObs going to do? Because you've seen what Sheth's doing. HasuObs, he has to at least guess Mutalist, because if you don't and it comes, then you're just dead. So it's going to be gateways, but is he going to try to pressure? Is he going to play defensive? I'm curious as to what he's going to try to do here.
Well, I mean, I would imagine the best option maybe for HasuObs would be to throw down a Twilight Council, try to get as many Blink Stalkers as you can out, and then maybe try to go for Templar. But no matter how you slice it, he's just in such a rough position. He's actually going to go with the Robotics Bay instead. I don't know if he really expects mutas, honestly. He should, but it seems like he's kind of reading it a little bit wrong.
Yeah, usually when you're this far behind his Protoss, you expect mutas, because that's the fastest way for the Zerg to end the game. And that mutas are actually safer than roaches in this.
Absolutely.
Because it's harder to break down the wall against a bunch of sentries than it is to just kill a bunch of workers.
You can't force field a Mutalist. We'll just say that. That's all you need to say.
Yeah. Through the top of HasuObs' base. I don't know if you've seen it yet. There they are, killing looks like a few workers.
Yep.
And he has no cannons in his main, so he'll just be able to actually focus the Nexus down if he wants to, but he's actually just going to focus on the probes, I think.
Yeah, I would actually love to see him kill off those gases. That would be just a spectacular move at this point here. And he's just going to go after the probes again. You can see he has 5 Mutalisks right now. That's the magic number to one-shot workers. If you have 4, it's not going to work. If you have 6, well, then you'll obviously one-shot workers as well. But if you're looking for the bare minimum to kill workers in one hit, 5 mutas is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, I don't know why Sheth suicided all those Lings.
Yeah,
he saw that he had the bunches of sentries. I wasn't even paying attention to, because there's no way that they were going to get in. It's not really going to cost him in the long run. You see he's up 138 to 73 supply.
Yep.
And HasuObs is just now... Oh, he hasn't even put his pros back on gas yet. 12 Mutalisks in play. Looks like HasuObs is just now about to get his Twilight Council up. He's just getting his 1-1 upgrades. Ooh, looks like the pylon might... Yeah, the pylon does go down.
Yep.
He's smart enough to have another pylon powering the gateway with the board. Oh, we're coming into this.
Yeah, and there's just too many mutas already for the Stalkers to handle, but Sheth's just kind of playing it safe. They are +1 Stalkers, so they do a little bit more damage, but these are going to be +1 mutas, as you can see very soon. In fact, they are right now +1 Mutalisks already. They've got that +1 attack. So Sheth still in a great position, making lots of mutas at once and going ahead and getting ground upgrades as well. I mean,
he's also taking his 5th base at this point, too.
Exactly. There's Blink on the way right now. And although, will it finish? Muta's coming in right now. Still not enough Stalkers. Sheth will not mind fighting this. He depowers it. Oh, wow.
He should probably run away now, though. He's taking heavy losses. Yeah, and he does get out there after losing about 3 Mutalisks. But, you know, at this point, it's just, you know, the Blink isn't researching. So HasuObs has no way to react to this. All he can do is sit in his base. He's never going to be able to move out, and he's going to be stuck on 2 bases pretty much forever.
And look at this, Sheth putting even more pressure on, trying to break down these rocks. And here's where the mutas really start to get good. You can just so easily bounce around from base to base on this map here. Blink is going to make it a little bit easier maybe for HasuObs to defend things like this, but overall, Sheth just kind of doing that slow, lingering Mutalisk death that you see in a lot of ZVPs in this situation.
So painful as a Protoss player to watch this.
It takes a long time, and it's just inevitable. I mean, there's very, very little that Protoss can do aside from get maybe some lucky storms, a lucky blink, or something like that. You really have to count on the Zerg player to make a mistake at this point.
Yeah, at this point, the only thing you can really do is turtle till about 160 to 180 food, and then just try to kill them in one push. But, you know, the smart thing that Sheth is doing is keeping HasuObs' food down. He's not letting him get a good worker count. He's not letting him get a good stalker count. And at this point, it looks like he's just ready to go in, you know.
He's going for it.
Yep.
And going after the sentries right away. Good move by Sheth. He's going to want to eliminate those immediately. Yeah, and just waiting for those force fields to go up. Now HasuObs is in real trouble here. If Sheth attacks with all those lings and his mutas when there are no force fields out for our Protoss player, he's going to be in just huge, huge trouble.
All right, 1 sentry is not enough. And you see Sheth, he's getting Infestor upgrades. He's getting 2 attack upgrades on mutas. He's getting 2 armor for his lings. He's getting roach speed. He's getting burrow. He's getting hive. He's
getting
just
everything.
Like, I can do whatever I want. And HasuObs is stuck with pretty much literally nothing but 1-0 blink stalkers.
Yep, pretty much, and it's going to be tough to get anything else. You can see he's spending all his money on stalkers right now. He's not going to be able to really tech, get upgrades or anything like that. The Robo just immediately dies, and Sheth running away again. Sheth really even, you know, playing maybe a little bit safer than he needs to. I mean, he could have probably taken this army right here.
Looks like, he's coming in with the mutas. He's going to pick up the pylons. That's really, really smart. Run away, kill some probes, kill a cannon, just do the damage he can, but being safe as well.
Yep. More gateways being depowered. Another blink underneath those mutas, but Sheth just content to pick off some of those stalkers, and there's not going to be enough stalkers for HasuObs. He needs to bring more back, but is this it?
There's lings in the natural also.
Oh, yeah, there are.
Oh, just killing everything. That's a lot of zealots. He'll probably be able to clean that up, but he's going to lose a ton of buildings in the process. Mutalisk still killing probes in the main at the same time.
Well, he's lost his natural expansion.
And there it is.
GG. Yep, GG. That is going to be about it. And Team Liquid taking game 1. Not bad at all for them. Good win by Liquid Sheth.